How to start a travel business with minimum capital in this year? Everyone asks me, how much money do I need to start this business? This is the most generic question which I get whenever I'm meeting somebody or I'm getting into a webinar or somewhere else. So let me just break it down in this video. Let me tell you something which can make you uncomfortable. Capital is rarely a real problem. The clarity is the main. If you think you need 10 to 15 lakh rupees of investment to start this business, you are wrong. And if you think you can start with zero effort, zero structure, zero knowledge, then also you are wrong. Let us break this down properly. Stop think like an agency. Number one, if you're starting with the zero or low investment, don't try to look big. Don't try to get into the office. Don't think like rent you are going to earn in first month and then you will be able to pay. Don't have heavy interiors even if you are starting from your home office. Don't hire unnecessary staff in the starting. Focus on your skills and then start serving. Slowly and gradually, after serving, the profit you are going to make, put 50% of that profit back into your business and 50% for your survival and for your personal expenses. So in 2026, you can operate with the remote, with the lean startup, with the system driven. What you need is a laptop, a stable internet, supplier network, clear positioning. That's all. All right, then obviously with the time you will be making your systems and you will be diversified, but in the starting you need this at all with a clear mindset. Step number 2 is pick a profitable niche. If the capital is low, you cannot afford confusion. You should have a clear clarity. Everything in travel is not which you should be wishing for. Pick one niche, be it visa for US, visa for UK, or visa services for doctors. As per your skill set, pick a niche or pick a market. Now it could be a corporate travel also. If you have already been serving for years and now you wanted to start your business and you have some capital to get into the corporate clients, or you are having connects in the corporate, that could be the second niche you can be picking it up. Be it a student travel wherein you are handling their flights, their visas, and that kind of services you are looking. Luxury honeymoons, or for family leisure travel, or a destination focus expert DMC also, which we can say, but it is basically you are representing some of the company which is already existing with your name and with some of your contracts. All right, so now why this model works is because marketing budget is limited. Your marketing budget is limited because you are already starting with the low or the minimum investment. Niche reduces the customer acquisition cost. Your main focus should be on the niches because you need to reduce the customer acquisition. I know a company who started from a dining table, now serving into the 170 countries. One country recently added Singapore into their domain. If you know the company, comment their name into the comment sections. So broad positioning increases the simple math, and it will add budget So as I said, niche reduces the customer acquisition cost and broaden your positioning, increases it and broaden your positioning. So that's a simple math which should be considering. Step number 3 is use supplier leverage, not the inventory risks. In the starting, you should not be picking up all the flight seats or the hotel inventory or any other tickets blocking kind of thing, which you should not be focusing on. You have to focus on the consolidators inventory and use their inventory to sell it off in the starting, and start working on creating experiences. And having said that, you should be operate on supplier credit cycles or supplier inventory with the clear client advance structure. You should not be giving credits to your customers. Define cancellation terms and the changes terms in advance to avoid future chaos. Cash flow is the discipline for survival, not the optional. So do not give that option of giving credit and then after that you are not a finance company. You are becoming a travel brand, not a financial company who is lending money to your travelers. So build systems before scaling. I do often, and I myself have also done this mistakes, hiring more people without systems. So that kills the profitability, that increase the confusion in the team, and then it creates like, you know, people will start leaving you early, rather than, because they don't see the systems, they don't see the growth, they don't see the learning anymore. However, they will be learned, but you will be becoming a training company rather than a travel company. So you don't have to become a training company, you don't have to become a financial company, you have to become a travel brand. So instead, what you can do is you have to create structured quotation templates. Every SOP should be neat and clean, clearly, you know, mention the steps from the customers, you know, coming with the first message of, you know, getting you the quotes, to the experience or the feedback message. Everything should be written clean and clear, so that even if one employee leaves, the second, you know, can come and, you know, learn in 3 days and can do the same work again. Now automate follow-ups. Have good CRM. You can start with Busyverse. It costs you somewhere around 2,000-2,500 rupees a year and works very good as a CRM. Or you can use Zoho also. In case you don't have, you know, much budget, you can start with this CRMs. Define payment timelines as per your supplier. Give always, you know, 3 days or 7 days prior to the supplier, so that you have enough time to take money from the client and, you know, transfer to your suppliers. Set non-refundable consultation fee if required. Most of the times, like, you know, just to qualify the leads, you can, you know, put that consultation fee also to filter out the right leads, but do it strategically. In the starting, I don't recommend you to do this. And you need clarity and process rather than, you know, getting into the expensive softwares or the booking. All right, now focus on authority and marketing, not paid ads. In the starting, you should be, you know, getting the leverage of the social media by building organic content and organic marketing rather than getting into the paid one. And then also you need to start with, like, you know, 700-800 rupees per day budget, and then only, like, you know, once you're getting the results, then only go to the scales. So you can what you can do is you know, start giving educational content about the destination, about your services, how exactly the case studies you can discuss. You can create LinkedIn authority posts. You can create shorts on YouTube or reels on the Instagram, and then some testimonials kind of, you know, videos which are working very well. And organic authority compounds with the time, and you will see that traditional businesses have been, you know, built on the same. Ads drains beginners. So in the starting, if you put all together, like, you know, your money in the ads, so you're going to burn out. And earn trust first, then, you know, get into the scaling part. So step number 6 is reinvest. Don't upgrade your lifestyle. Many agents, what they do is, like, you know, they get the customers money, they upgrade their lifestyle with the new laptop, new phone, getting into the parties, getting into the new destination. That is all okay. If you have good profits, do that. I'm not stopping you for that. But if you are building it in the starting, don't get into this trap in the starting. In the starting, you should be focusing on building your business. 50% formula you should be learning. 50% of the profit, whatever you're earning, put back into your system, and 50% keep it for your personal expenses or your family expenses. So you have to reinvest in what? You have to reinvest in the better systems, better automations, better supplier contracts, better branding, better networking, and then not into showing success. It's a sustainable business grow quietly, not by showing off everything. So real minimum capital, how much you require financially. You can start with the lean. Even I started you know, after the last startup which we worked, so, you know, after getting into zero, I started with 50,000 rupees only, and then slowly and gradually, you know, we built everything with this 50-50 formula. Okay, so mentally you need patience, discipline, consistency, and thick skin to understand and be a problem solver, not a complainer. Because in the starting, you will be getting, you know, clients who are negotiating more, who are bargaining. Suppliers will delay, like you will not get good suppliers. Margins will fluctuate because you are not having the idea what escalations are going to come. So if you panic easily, minimum capital won't save you. Finally, reality check. Travel businesses in this year is not about investment, it's about clear structure. The agents who struggle in this year are not underfunded, they are unstructured. If you want to build powerful system, start small, think big, operate with discipline. And if you are seriously building this business into this year, into the travel domain, You can also opt for a strategic call with me or my team, and wherein we will get on a call and we will understand how exactly at which level you are and where exactly you would like to go, how much funds you have, and what strategy would work for you in the best possible way. And then we will make a clear roadmap, and we will be your accountability partner in that. We will be tracing that every week, like how exactly and where exactly you are. So if you really like that, you can opt for the strategy call. Yes, it's a paid call, just have clear action takers, not for everyone. So even if you don't have the budget and if you're not interested for that, do follow this, do subscribe this channel, because we are coming up with the most valuable content in the travel trade, in the another videos, as well as we have created some past videos which you can also check. And see you in the next video. Till then, God bless you. Goodbye.